Open Opportunity Fund is a venture capital fund focused on investing in and partnering with minority entrepreneurs, specifically Latino and Black entrepreneurs. And Marcelo and I started in 2020. And in the first fund, we invested over $100 million in 75 exceptional companies, solving some of the world's most important problems. And once we invest in those companies, we also provide value creation to help them scale and help them find success. And it shows that it's not only the right thing to do, but the profitable thing to do to back minority founders.
We have a simple equation to describe Latin America. There are more opportunities than capital. And that's especially true at the growth equity stage. There's a lot of early stage capital, but there just isn't enough growth capital to scale these beautiful companies and these wonderful entrepreneurs to be all they can be. And that's why Bicycle Capital exists.
EB Capital is a private equity company, investment company located here in São Paulo. We invest basically in opportunities in Brazil.
We are very proud to say that we are a truly Brazilian firm. And this translates in a very practical way, saying that we are Brazilian people who know the market. The importance of that is the fact that we've been working here for many years, investing here for many years, running real operational companies for many years is a very relevant attraction aspect for the most talented people. We are proud to say that EB Capital is positioned to bridge these opportunities with the desires of the international investors who are reaching or seeking opportunities in Brazil.
The things that excites me about entrepreneurship in general, and even more so in the Latino community, is the founders, it's the people. You get to work with visionaries that are seeing the future. They're uncovering a problem that has been overlooked. They're building a solution that the world's never seen before. And they couple that with the persistence to push through, with the creativity to solve problems. And we're seeing that within our portfolio at Open Opportunity Fund and with all the founders that we're meeting in the region.
The really exciting thing about Latin America compared to a lot of those other markets is you have a middle class. You have real purchasing power, especially in the two biggest markets of Brazil and Mexico, and big populations. So combining purchasing power and big populations allows you to build very big businesses.
When I see the future of Brazil, I'm especially enthusiastic about the role of Brazil as a hub of solutions for the green transition. As you probably know, Brazil has one of the largest and most renewable electric matrix in the world. Last year alone, we had 92% of our electric matrix already renewable. That's an amount that many countries, developed economies, want to reach in 20, 30 years from now. Brazil is also the second largest producer of biofuels. Brazil has a huge agricultural base and is the number one or number two producer of many of the products in the agro-industrial sector. So Brazil has many opportunities.
There have been a few waves of entrepreneurship so far in Latam over the past 15 years. The first was a lot of online to offline. Think of Uber. The second was fintech. Think of Nubank. And Nubank has been a really, really big success story from Latam. In fact, a quarter of the world's fintechs are from Latam. Brazil is probably the most sophisticated fintech market in the world. But that was the past wave. What's coming next is software, we believe.
There's two areas that we're really excited about. One is the continuation of enterprise IT and scaling to the cloud, scaling across the infrastructure. The other are look at areas of education and finance and healthcare. The Latino community has a unique experience in each of those and is able to uncover problems that the world has overlooked. And so we continue to invest in fintech companies and ed tech companies and health tech companies that are solving some of the hardest and most important problems on earth.
What I think makes us really good at finding investments is the fact that we invest in our team before we start investing in our thesis. So we become very knowledgeable about the thesis before we start investing.
Sure, let me tell you about two cases that we have invested on. So the first case, we have invested in plastic recycling. There is a huge demand for recycling. The big brand owners in the world have to insert in their value chain recycled plastic. And the reality today is that you don't have enough offer to supply for that demand. So we have acquired 2 of the largest companies in Brazil, and we are putting them together and upgrading their industrial capacity so that they can deliver the pent-up demand that's today present in the market. Let me give you a second example of something that I think that is very relevant when we are talking about green transition. As you know, Brazil is very relevant in the agro-industrial sector, and therefore has a huge feedstock that can provide biogas and therefore biomethane. For different reasons, Brazil has not explored this opportunity so far. We still import 30% of the natural gas that we are using in Brazil. We have been investing in the sector, and we're building the first plant, and there are 3 other plants to come, where we are exploring exactly this potential of Brazil in growing in the biomethane production and replacing natural gas in the way.
2 of the first investments we made are a company called Mo Two and a company called GymPass, which is now renamed to WellHub. And both are interesting in very different ways. Mo Two is a classic impact, innovation, empowerment platform. They rent motorcycles to couriers in Brazil and Mexico who use those motorcycles to do work. That's a very powerful social agenda, but happens to be a very good business. And that combination makes it really special. The second is a company called GymPass. And GymPass was built in Brazil, but is now this global company that brings wellness benefits to employees around the world. The idea that you could have a Brazilian entrepreneur building a global class company, we think is not unique. We think there's going to be a lot more of that because the founders from Brazil are that good.
We've had the privilege of investing in and partnering with so many amazing Latino entrepreneurs like Lula, like 8 Sleep, like Paystan. One that comes to mind as a great example is Ricardo at Lumo. Lumo is a cybersecurity company that helps companies protect their networks and assess the damage in real time of a compromise that's happened. And when we first invested in the company, there were a couple dozen customers, and we're protecting those networks. The company has continued to grow over 100% a year and is now protecting hundreds of organizations across the globe, many of which are in Latam.
And so being part of the Claure Group family makes us even more special as a firm.